Hello, YouTube viewers out there. Welcome to a brand new episode, episode 20 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. I'm your host, Sebastian, and today I'm going to talk about the 9 movies that I saw in theaters of 2011. But first, before I get to that, I'm going to talk about several movies that I saw in 2011 that I didn't see in movie theaters that I thought they were decent. So let's get started, shall we? First off, we have Hobo with the Shotgun, starring Rutger Hauer. It's about a hobo armed with a shotgun who sets out on a killing rampage, killing all the drug dealers, the pimps, and many other crazy people out there in this grindhouse movie. I give Hobo with the Shotgun 2 out of 3 stars. We have we have a movie called Trust. It's about a married couple's daughter has been sexuality rape by a sexual predator. That the couple's daughter met online. That she thought it was like a younger boy, and she met this younger person on this chat that she's been chatting with in a public place. And then it turns out when she's waiting for that person that she chats to online on her laptop, this person comes up to her as the daughter is sitting down, and that person reveals to be the person that she was chatting with, on her computer every night. Well, actually, turns out that the boy that she was supposed to be, and actually, it turns out the entire time that the couple's daughter was talking to this strange person who might be a boy, meets this person in public place, and then that person reveals itself, but it's not a teenage boy that the couple's daughter sees. It's some elderly man who happens to be who has to be a married husband apparently, and apparently the husband the husband happens to be like a sexual predator. So as the couple's daughter is sitting down in this public place, the person introduced himself to her that I'm the one you've been chatting to, talking about online on your tablet every night. And then with the look on the daughter's face, of the girl's face, she realizes that she was chatting and talking online to some older guy who was not a teenage boy that she thought she was gonna meet. And so, well, if you know the premise of the movie, or I just basically tell you the plot of the movie, but a girl gets sexual assaulted, raped by a sexual predator she met online. I just give away the plot. So it's a very tough to watch movie, and actually deals with a lot of people today about be careful of chatting on Facebook or other online chats. You want to talk to a person because you're not sure what that person might be, a guy or a teenage boy. So it's kind of like a lesson to be learned type of movie. But anyways, the movie called Trust is directed by David Schwimmer from the Friends TV show. He became a director as well. The movie Trust stars Clive Owen, Catherine Keener, Viola Davis, Jason Clarke, and a young talented actress named Liana Libredo. Why is that name Liana Libredo? Because you saw her in the movie last year of 2023. She was in Scream 6 apparently. She was like one of the new character members in Scream 6. If you've seen Scream 6 that came out last year, she was in that apparently. But I get Trust 2 out of 3 stars. But like I said, it's a hard to watch movie, and I think this movie will deal. I think this movie will show people that careful who they're chatting with online every night. This movie kind of shows you what happens of the results. So let's see what else we have. We have we had Trice Pass. It's a straight to video movie starring Nicolas Cage, Nicole Kidman, and again from the Trust movie, Liana Liberato that I just talked about just in the previous movie, she's in Trespass as well. And this film, Trespass, is directed by the great Joe Schumacher, whose films I really appreciate, enjoyed of Joe Schumacher. He apparently did a directed video, a directed movie called Trespass. It's about um, it's about a husband and wife and their daughter who are being held hostage in this nice house that they own because and this thieves break in because they want piles of money that the husband has been having and hoarding in his house, so they come to rob their house and take them hostage just to get the money that they came to get. um it's an action thriller movie. Try pass, give it out of 3 stars. um we also have Arena. It's a direct-to-video action movie starring Killian Lutz and Samuel Jackson. It's about a man who finds himself in the savage of a modern day arena where why he has to fight to the death of the other guys who are in this tournament arena for viewers entertainment, um live stream live stream online for entertainment value. I give it out of 3 stars for Arena. We have Street Kings 2, Motor City. I'm surprised you guys didn't know that there was a Street Kings 2 movie. Yes, starring Ray Liotta, the late Ray Liotta. Um, it doesn't tie in with the first Street Kings movie, Street Kings 2. It sets in the, you know what it's set in? Motor City. That means like in Detroit, because Detroit is known for Motor City is known for Detroit. So Street Kings 2 is set like in the Detroit um city part. It's about an undercover narcotics um team as they find themselves being killed one by one by a masked person, and it's kind of a who done it type of thing, and a younger rookie partner and his top veteran, veteran police detective. They're trying to solve this case about they're trying to find a person who's murdering this veteran detective's teammates, and along with him because he might be on a target list as well too. So 2 out of 3 stars for Street Kings 2, Motor City. We have the hit list. It's about one night a man who's fed up with the corporate building that he works for. He gets drunk and he meets the stranger guy at this bar. And the drinking guy tells the stranger guy, I'm tired of all these people, not, I'm tired of all these people that I work for. So the stranger guy, he passes a napkin and he tells the drunken guy to write down list of names of the people. So then the drunken guy writes down the list of names that he knows. But what this guy who's drunk, what he did not know, that he wrote down a napkin of all the names of the people that he hates working for. Well, the person who passed him the napkin and told him to write down the list of names on his napkin, that stranger happens to be like a hitman assassin. And for an entire movie, so this hitman stranger assassin, he tries to kill and go after the people that the names on a napkin that the guy got drunk and wrote the people's names on. And the guy realized, women, I was drunk that night, and you said write down people's names, and I did, but this guy didn't know that this stranger he was talking to that night, drunk, was a hitman assassin. So he does everything he can to stop this assassin from killing, from targeting, and going after the people that he put on on a hit list, on a napkin. I'll give it out of 3 stars for the hit list. It stars Cuba Gooding Jr., Academy Award winning Cuba Gooding Jr., I should say that, and Cole Hauser. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Headhunters. It's a Sweden. It's a Sweden. It's the Belgian Sweden movie, whatever you want to call it. It stars Askel Haney and Nakshla co-star Raleigh. I don't know how to pronounce the 2 actors' names, but those 2 actor names are in this movie, Headhunters. It's about an unfaithful married guy who has a mistress behind his wife's back that he sees at some nights, and he's a professional. This unfaithful husband. He's like a person who breaks into people's houses and steals paintings and put fake forgery ones and takes the real paintings. Like he's the painting thief artist, I guess you could say. Well, apparently he might. And then there's another guy in this movie who happens to be a ruthless mercenary who is out to kill the main character, who's the unfaithful husband, who breaks into people's houses and switches art paintings and puts fake forgeries, in that person's art paintings that he took from. It's a crazy movie, Headhunters. There were some great brutal scenes in it. Actually, it's a really crazy movie. But again, I give it 2 out of 3 stars for Headhunters. We have SWAT Firefight. It's a direct to sequel of the first SWAT movie from 2003 with Samuel Jackson and Colin Farrell. Well, like Stray Kings 2, it doesn't involve with the first Stray Kings movie. So this sequel of SWAT Firefight, it's set like in the SWAT Firefight, the direct sequel of the SWAT movie. It's set like in Detroit as well too, and it stars Gabriel Mock and I'm sorry, yeah, Gabriel Mock, Robert Patrick, and Giancarlo Esposito is in it too. It's about an LA SWAT leader comes to Detroit to train weeks of training of the wannabe SWAT people who want to become SWAT team officers, and then Robert Patrick plays like a bad guy character who goes after the main character and and everyone that he cares about. So I give SWAT Firefight 2 out of 3 stars. It's not as good as the first SWAT movie, but still, there's some highly entertaining action stuff in it. Next up we have The Victim. It's started and directed by Michael Biehn of the first who played the Kyle Reese character in the first Terminator movie, and he was Captain Hicks and James Cameron's second Aliens movie. Well, he directed this movie called The Victim along with his wife, who stars in this film called The Victim as well. It's about a woman who finds herself in jeopardy after she sees her best woman friend being murdered by these rapist attackers, and the woman who's in jeopardy, she bumps into this guy who lives in a cabin in the woods, and she goes up to him and asks and she tells him for his help too. And the attackers come into the guy's house, and the guy helps this woman out and tries to fight off the attackers. Give it 2 out of 3 stars for The Victim. Again, stars Michael Biehn, who directed the film as well. His wife, Jennifer Blank, I believe, is his wife's name. She stars in the movie, and Danielle Harris also appears in it as well too. We have Red Riding Hood. It's set in a medieval village time period where a werewolf might be linked to a teenage girl who happens to be a villager, might be linked to her. As a werewolf, starts attacking people, it's made connected. Like this teenage girl, she may be connected to this werewolf who is attracted to her. It's like a goss dark fairy tale movie, I should say. It stars Amanda Seyfried, Billy Burke, Julie Christie, Regina Manson, Lucas Haas, and Gary Oldman. And it's directed by Catherine Hardwicke, the woman director who made the first Twilight movie, if you're wondering. 2 out of 3 stars for Red Riding Hood. Let's see. Okay, that's it for the directive movies I saw 2011. Now, I have other movies that I saw. Now, these other 9 movies of 2011 are the ones I saw like in movie theaters. So we have Fright Night. It's a remake to the 1985 80s horror movie. It's about a teenager who believes that his next door is a vampire, and no one doesn't believe him. And and this teenager kid, he enlists the help of a Las Vegas magician who has to be a vampire hunter. Um, it stars Colin Farrell, the late Anton Yurchin, Tony Collette, David Tennant from the Doctor Who, and Chris Sarandon, who played the original main vampire in the original one. He pops up in this remake one, Fright Night, which was cool. Like Chris Sarandon appears in it. 2 out of 3 stars for Fright Night remake. We have the Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1. It's about Bella, Edward, and the other Cullen, a vampire clan. Um, of their Bella and Edward, they're about to be ready to their unborn child as parents, but then their unborn child poses a threat to the other committee of the vampires, that they're out in the world, and it's their job to protect each other and their unborn. It's up to Bella and Edward to protect their unborn child as well, and many others. Like they get in the battle with the other. Um, I say, yeah, yeah, the Wolf Pack. And then yeah, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Yeah, it's about Bella and Edward from the first Twilight movie. They're about to become parents to their unborn child who poses a threat, and then and hold on, an unborn child poses a dangerous threat to the Wolf Pack and the town people. Yeah, so there we go. I give Twilight Saga, the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1, 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Kristen Stewart, Taylor Lautner, Robert Patterson, Nikki Reed, Killian Lutz, Jackson Rothbone, Ashley Green, Anna Kendrick, um, and Billy Burke as well too. So next up we have Kung Fu Panda 2. It's about Po and his friends as they fight to stop a villain, Peacock, from conquering China with the dangerous weapon. It's starring the voice talents of Jack Black, Dustin Hoffman, Jackie Chan, Angelina Jolie, James Hahn, Gary Oldman, Seth Rogen, Lucy Liu, and Michelle Yeoh. 2 out of 3 stars for Kung Fu Panda 2. We have Drive Angry. It's about a father who escapes from hell to avenge his daughter's death, who was murdered by a dangerous religious cult group people. And he breaks out of hell. The father breaks out of hell, and along the way, he teams up with with a tough with a tough woman, a tough girl woman, who joins with him on his quest to get vengeance. While at the same time, because this father character escapes from hell, the devil sends his former henchman, they call the accountant, who's on the father's trail to bring him back to hell. So it's an action thriller movie. It stars Nicolas Cage, Amber Heard, William Fetchner, Billy Burke, and Tom Atkins pops up in this too. So 2 out of 3 stars for Drive Angry. I like the action scenes. There was some cool action scenes moments in it. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Abduction, about a teenager who's on his website for a missing persons website, and he sees his baby picture on his website that's been posted. Like, have you seen this kid? And he realizes that these people he calls his parents are not really his parents. And then this teenager kid, he finds himself in danger, and he must out to find he goes on a run and fights people that gets in his way. I give Abduction 2 out of 3 stars. It stars Taylor Lautner, Jacob from the Twilight movies, um, Lily, yeah, Lily Collins, Maria Bello, Alfred Molina, and Jason Isaacs. Oh, I'm sorry, and Sigourney Weaver. 2 out of 3 stars for Abduction. I like the train fight scene that Taylor Lautner's character fights with one member, bad guy that is after him. I like the train fight scene. That was cool. Um, oh, and Abduction is directed by John Singleton, and sadly, this will be John Singleton's last movie directing film before he died like years later. Or so this is John Singleton's last movie, Abduction. If you're wondering, it's kind of sad. John Singleton's last movie, you know, but it is what it is, and So 2 out of 3 stars. We have Drive. It's about a Hollywood action film stuntman, an Hollywood action stuntman who finds himself trouble when he falls for his ex-con's neighbor's wife after and he's been told this person this stuntman guy he's been told to. Now I'm sorry, let me say again. It's about Hollywood action stuntman finds himself in trouble when he falls for his ex-con neighbor's wife, who's at the same time he's been told he takes his neighbor's wife's husband and a couple others to this bank to a pawn shop to rob something, and things go wrong after that pawn shop robbery thing. Like all hell breaks loose and the plan goes wrong. So Drive stars Ryan Gosling, Christina Hendricks, Oscar Isaac, Carey Mulligan, um, Brian Cranston, Ron Perlman, who was good, um, and Albert Brooks. It was good to see Albert Brooks, who plays like a mob boss in a movie. It was cool. So, 2 out of 3 stars for Drive. We have Fast Five, the Fast and Furious Five. It's about Dom. It's about Dom. It's about Dom Toretto and the family. They're in Rio, but then it's about Dom Toretto and his family fall. You know, um, who are into hiding. Where at the same time, they're being Dom and his family. They're being hunted by a government agent named Agent Hobbs, who will do anything to get Dom and to bring Dom in and his family friends in with him. I give Fast Five 2 out of 3 stars. I like the climax car chase action scene at the end of the movie where the 2 cars are dragging the safe, the little bank safe for the streets for the city streets of Rio. I thought that was cool. Fast Five stars Dwayne Johnson, Van Diesel, Michelle Trachtenberg, Jordana Brewster. Um, Tyrese Gibson's back from Fast and Furious 2, along with Ludacris, Gal Gadot. 2 out of 3 stars for Fast Five. We have Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. It's about Captain Jack Sparrow, who continues his journey to hunt for the Fountain of Youth, but at the same time though he bumps into a Blackbeard, the pirate, and Captain Barbossa from the past Pirates movie that are after the same Fountain of Youth as Jack Sparrow is. I give Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides 2 out of 3 stars. Stars Johnny Depp, Ray Winstone, Jeffrey Rush. No, I mean not. I'm sorry, not Ray Winstone. Sorry, Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, Ian McShane, and and Jeffrey Rush. 2 out of 3 stars for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. I thought the mermaids in this Pirates of the Caribbean movie was cool. They were deadly and scary, and the action scenes were great too. And finally, we come to the last movie of 2011, decent 2011 film that I saw in theaters called Hugo. It's about a young orphan boy set in Paris 1931 and lives inside in walls at this train station, who gets wrapped up in a mystery that involves his late father, and along the way he befriended with a young girl who, they become friends. And while at the same time, this Hugo orphan boy named Hugo, he's trying to unlock the mystery, of his late father's passing. And that was a delightful movie. I give it 2 out of 3 stars for Hugo. It stars Asia Butterfield, Chloe Grace Moretz, Ben Kingsley, Ray Renstone, Shaka Baron Cohen, Ben Kingsley, Emily Mortimer, and Jude Law. Okay, everybody, that's it for today's episode 20 of Decent Movies of 2011 that I've saw and seen. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. You get you get new content episodes Mondays. So thank you again, and I'll see you at the movies.